welcome to my channel, or welcome back. My name is Alyssa and I am welcoming myself back because it's actually been a while since I filmed, because I did a bunch of filming right before my kids went on break, and this is my first video since that. I mean, they just went back to school yesterday, so woohoo. And I'm also on like a really good excitement vibe right now because we had to put up all the kids in the school. Well, of course they make artwork, but they all made something that would get displayed at the science fair. And so the job today was to get it all put on display for the science fair tomorrow, and it is all done and it looks really good. I'm so excited about it. So yeah, just feeling good feelings. But I'm also really excited to do this makeup look. I was really hoping I would have time, and I do, so yay. Basically, two of awesome makeup people on here, Manuela and Jan, are doing a collab video. Well, they do it regularly, but they opened it up to other people wanting to join in. Now, the way they do this, they'll have, I might be wrong, so you can go watch them anyway, but you know, see what they say. But I believe one of them picks the palette and the other one picks 5 shadows from the palette to make a look with. So I don't have the palette, but when I saw it, I'm like, that shade looks like something from that one palette I had. And so is that one, and everything except for one shade. But I think I can do a good dupe. Well, I am going to do my best to join their face off, and we'll see how it goes. And so I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the eyeshadows that I'm doing, and then I'm actually going to, I'm going to shower, and then I'm gonna do the look. So you're gonna see me wearing something else, because this was just I had my workout and I did the art stuff. I was walking to and from school, and so like I said. So when you look at this palette, I actually don't even know, I think I know what it is, but I'm not positive, the brand or anything, but it doesn't matter. So I'm just looking at my picture right now because I did a little screenshot so I would have it handy. So the bright pink, the purple, and the dark shimmer were the obvious. Do you know what palette I'm thinking of? Giving you a moment. Boop, boop. Oh, boop, boop. My crystallized palette, because, so, you know, here we've got the bright pink, we've got the purple, and this purple is maybe a little bit more muted than the one there, but I'd rather just kind of stick with a palette if I can. And then the dark shimmer, I'm thinking about this one. So again, it's probably a little bit different. I thought about looking to see how that one swatches for the exact look, but I'm okay with just getting the general vibes. And then the same with that dark matte. I don't have exactly that kind of tone, because it's like a darker version of this guy maybe. So I'm gonna use this, and I'm going to be using it probably near this shade anyway, so depending, I might bring in a little bit of this color to kind of combine and get that matte. That's what I'm thinking. And then for that pop of peach shimmer, obviously I didn't have anything like that in there. The orangey shade that is in there, it has that teal base, and so that's completely different. So do you know what palette I was thinking of? Stone, I'm thinking of you because it's my Citrus Punch palette. So I was thinking about probably this eyeshadow. I was kind of going between the two, but this one's more yellow and this one is more orange, and it does feel like that one would be better. So let me go ahead and swatch these out and see, you know, how they look together. You know what's funny is when I was swatching them, I was, okay, let me do in the, you know, backwards order of how I was talking about them, you know, and have the peach then at the bottom and kind of, you know, work my way up. Well, then I messed it up by putting the dark purple shimmer here, and so it's a little bit scrambled from how I was talking about it, but you know, this is kind of how I was thinking about using the colors, like doing the pink with the orange, and then using this purple. And so this is the teal matte that I have. This is mixing a little bit of that dark purple matte that's in there over top and together and all that. So, you know, I'm probably going to do some combo of both of these maybe, and, you know, use it with this shade. So I'm thinking like outer corner and inner corner of my eye. And so that's my vibe that I'm thinking of for this. And so, yeah, I am so excited to make this look. I've been thinking about it ever since they posted about it, and let's see how it turns out. We're gonna get started. I am going to do the white primer, just hoping to make that pink extra bright and all for this inner part, but we'll see. So anyway, something I was thinking about, because I had been posting on my Instagram stories about all of the pandas that I have in my collection, and I realized that it might come kind of like, you know, where the pandas come from, why pandas? So I thought I could explain why. I would not say I have an obsession with pandas. It's more like, it's like one of those things that happens, I think, with a lot of people with collections, where you kind of like, something just starts for some, you know, random reason, and then people just kind of dig into it more, and it becomes, you know, more of a thing just because everyone else, it's like, oh, you like this, so let's just, you know, get you more of that. And so I think that's part of it. But I mean, also I think pandas are just very cute. And so yeah, basically when my now husband, let's see, I'm just gonna go ahead and start doing the colors and all that, and you know, I already talked about what my general plan was. But when we started dating, I mean, we had a couple dates while he was still in town, and then he had to go back, well, here to Washington, because I still lived in Maryland at the time. And then he came back to visit me about 6 weeks later for a weekend, because, you know, you're not just going to come for a date night when you live a 5-hour flight away. So, but yeah, and we, you know, did different things. So one of the, was it the first day? Probably. I mean, like, you know, we would have had probably I feel like he flew in on like a Friday, because I was teaching, and I feel like, did I take off that day? That might have been like one of the first days that I ever took off, because I just didn't do that. And like, we were allowed 3 days for any kind of like, you know, like no reason at all type of thing, you know, because you have sick days, and it's different. And so my mentor was like, yeah, you should just go ahead, like, you know, he's coming all this way, make the most. So I feel like I did have that first day, so it might have been that day. But anyway, like, our first kind of date thing of him coming back, like the main thing was, my eyes have still been bothering me with the allergies, so I'm like, let's see how this goes, was to go to the Smithsonian Zoo, and they have pandas there, or at least I think they still do. I haven't been in some years now, so I'm not sure, but you know, from what I recall, they do. Oh, but wasn't the whole that they were going, I don't know, so they might not right now. But yeah, so they had pandas, and yeah, I mean, they were cute, and it was maybe one of the first times I saw pandas in person, probably. At least that I could remember and all. And it was just, I don't know, hadn't seen him in 6 weeks, because this was before we had any sort of webcams or anything. And, you know, we just had phone calls. So, you know, this was just, it was very exciting and fun. And he got me a panda stuffy that I still have. And that just kind of became a thing with us. I should move that palette closer. Let me just do that. And I can kind of use the mirror in here. It's not the best, but I can use this for right now. And yeah, so he got me that one, and then I'm trying to think if it just sort of was our thing, and it was sort of like a nickname and all that too that we would do. And there's a little bit more of a reason to it than just the zoo, but I don't want to go into all that because you don't need to know all about him. He's not the one with the channel. Oh, I like this pop. Okay, now I'm gonna start to transition. And that's gonna be interesting. How do I transition this? Let's see. So I was gonna do this brush for the blue. We're gonna see how it goes. And yeah, so it just kind of started there, and then he would get me some pandas, and then my dad, you know, got me one. Like, it's just sort of, I've gotten many panda things. We've got like my aunt would get different panda things. Like I have a salt and pepper shaker that I don't use. They're just kind of on display that are pandas. I'm trying to think what else that we have that are pandas. Like they're just all over. Then Costco had a ginormous one a long time ago. And so we had to get it. I mean, it was only like $15 or $20 for this panda. That's basically it's the size of, it's the height of me when I'm sitting. If I'm sitting next to it, like we're like the same height or so, but you know, it's massive. So it's just a very big panda. And so that was fun to use like with the kids with pictures and all that. The kids were given panda things when they were babies and all those people would get that. So there's, the purple. The purple was gonna help me blend. Oh, of course. All right, well, let me start using it. Jeez. All right, let me just kind of get that in there. But yeah, so we just we have a lot of panda things, and it is just, you know, part of who we are now. I kind of want to do maybe like a fresh brush and kind of blend things out. It was a clean brush, but I'm just putting a little bit of a cream shadow just to kind of help me blend the edges of this a bit, because the colors do tend to stick down pretty well when I use that white base, and so, you know, I want to be able to blend them. It's not a fault of the shadows, it's just, you know, it's a very sticky base. But yeah, so, and every year my dad and stepmother give me a panda calendar that gets hung up, and I have, you know, a panda. It's one of those pillow pet things that I just keep in my bed. I have it like behind my pillows, and it's kind of like a little extra cushion when I sit up in bed. And then sometimes I use it when I'm sleeping to like, depending on my back or my, like, you know, it's feels more comfortable, kind of like wedge it between my legs or hold it or kind of like lay on it a bit or whatever. So sometimes just with that, if I'm congested, I might use it for like lift myself up a little bit more for that. All right, now I need to deepen this since it was supposed to be a darker matte. So I have a smaller brush for that to go just a hint at a time with that dark purple, because I don't think I need a lot. I'm not gonna worry too much about what's going on down here. I'm just gonna be more in the crease, because then I'm gonna have that darker shimmer there. But yeah, and then I just have pandas like sitting on the little chair thing and all in our room. They really are all over. And honestly, I mean, like when I was a kid, I did have this one shirt that I got from not a thrift store, but it was like the reject clothing store type of thing, like where they would, you know, send things that I guess weren't selling or were potentially damaged, stuff like that. And so I had this shirt where it was just plain white, but then it had this like thing stuck on it that was one of those lenticular motion types of things, but it was a panda with bamboo. I don't know why, but it was something I thought was neat, and so I had that. So I mean, that was it though as a kid. It's not like I was super into pandas as a child that it's like, oh yeah, like I just, you know, continue. It's like, no, just as an adult. So, but yeah, that, you know, I guess it's kind of like a special thing, like from with my husband, so I still kind of see it that way, but it also just kind of took over, and the kids kind of are like, yeah, pandas, we like pandas. So all right, now I'm gonna go in for that dark shimmer. I'm gonna put down my Pixie Epoxy for this shimmer too, just because I want it to really show up well. And then sometimes I like to use the brush to kind of pat it out a bit, and then I figure it gets a little bit on the brush, and then I can use that to kind of pick up more, like it kind of stays on it better. So I just give it a little bit to dry. But yeah, I am liking this. This shimmer is the best I've seen it look. So I need to use this Pixie Epoxy with it again, because I feel like I've used glitter glue, like the NYX one, and it's just, I'm definitely not as much a fan of the NYX one. I've just become more of a fan of this. Like, I feel like it's not as sticky, but I kind of like that it's like an in-between. All right, I feel like this is working well because of the pink or orange or red, whatever type of shimmer that is in this darker one. But I'm still gonna kind of go over it, I think, with more of that orange shimmer. Just kind of blend it. So let's see, that was this brush. Yes, just to kind of blend it more. And I thought about cut creases recently and how, you know, like I used to try them and all that, but I just don't understand the point sometimes. Like if I can just kind of go over with eyeshadow, I feel like instead, like, I don't know. I guess if I covered enough of the lid that then the eyeshadow doesn't stick anymore, and then I might need to, but then I think I would rather just wipe off than put concealer on top of that and like just keep going. It feels like that would be too much, but I don't know. What am I missing about this whole cutting the crease thing? I was around during, you know, the peak of that and all, and I never really saw the point as much. All right, I feel like this got a little bit over here too layered. My eyelids are just a little bit, something got a little creasy. I don't know if I layered too much shimmer or what. Look, as I just talked about layering. So that's also why I'm like, I don't want to do a cut crease. All right, now I need to figure out what I want to do down here because like it's a lot up here. So, I could just kind of reflect the same stuff again. Let me just try more of the purple under here. Different brush. Yeah, I feel like doing a little bit more of the purple because I kind of lost it up here a bit. I'll bring it back a little bit with this brush. Keeps it smaller. But do you have any animals or things like that where everyone just gets you, you know, stuff related to whatever that topic is because of, you know, just some little passing thing that just became bigger and bigger? I don't know. Or is it just me with pandas? Let's see, what else? I could do more of that orange shimmer under there, but you know, first I'm gonna do some pink. Or maybe I just stick with the pink actually. It's bright enough. And I like how it looks with the purple. All right, and then for the inner corner, there wasn't anything. I'm gonna use the iridescent that is in the crystallized palette. Oh wait, I thought it was more of a peachy type of thing. Well, I already did it on that eye, so I gotta do it on the second eye. That's fine. Just a little something. I'm gonna use the pastel pink in the crystallized and just to have it meet up. I need to have a little lightness here, otherwise because my eyes are very close set. And so, you know, if I don't have something bright there, and I feel like the matte kind of has been working better for that look. All right, then I want to just finish things off, I think. I'll see if I decide to add anything else or work anything else, and I'll let you know. But let's go ahead and finish it. All right. So I did my lips, I did my eyebrows. I did add a little brow bone highlight, which is not from the palette, just a single that I have. I did add a little bit more of the dark shimmer in the outer corners, just because I felt like I'd lost it a little bit. And well, I added a little and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I needed. And so I did a little bit more. I did blush and that was it. So yeah. Oh, I added liner. I added a blue liner. I have not been wearing mascara for over a week at this point, and I'm planning on probably not wearing mascara, like going back to my non-mascara ways, just because I don't always feel like the look needs it, and it can just be annoying to take off. Like, I don't mind eyeshadow and all, but something about mascara, and I just don't always like the way it feels and just all that. And so, yeah, I'm like, and the fact that I have to throw it out, even if I haven't finished it, it just annoys me as well. Like, I really can't, unless I bought a really cheap mascara, like I'm talking like $3. And then I feel like the ones that are that cheap don't really do. And I've never had a mascara do as much as I want it to do, I feel like. Maybe the Urban Decay Perversion one, like years ago I had that, maybe. But I, at this point, would rather just go without. So, you know, I do see why like false lashes and all can kind of add to a look, but I'm not a false lash person either. So this is my finished look. And I am so happy I got to play with these colors. I saw, you know, like I said, when I saw it, I'm like, not only can I see those with, you know, palettes I have, but I could also see how I would like it. Like it almost makes me think of the one Bella Beauté bar, the, oh, I just had it. Not the Ocean Dream. It was the other one they did around the same time, but it was a lot of like purples and then those bright like peach orange type of shades and all with it. And that color combination was so attractive. And this is why, you know, like having this together, this, I'm like, yes. And so now I get to like scratch that itch without having to buy an eyeshadow palette that I don't need. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. And I hope you will go check out Manuela's and Jan's videos as well. They are lovely people, and I'm so happy to do a video that is, you know, kind of alongside them. So I do want to thank you for watching this, and until my next video, I hope you'll be doing well, and I'll see you then. Bye!